Alright, we're playing Captain Sisay again. I didn't play like the combo one, then I guess it's not necessarily a combo, but I didn't play the one that has like Mox Amber, Celestius, Paradox Engine last time. And I don't think this was a card last time either. So we're going to try this one. Um, so yeah, you basically try to untap with Captain Sisay, and then you get like Mox Amber, you get Celestius, and then you get Paradox Engine. That's kind of the best thing you're trying to do, which means you can sort of untap your mana rocks and mana dorks every time you cast a spell. Most importantly, untap Captain Sisay, and keep doing it over and over. What's good about this one in particular is it's a legendary, so she can find it, which is nice. And it's not just a Mox Amber. Actually, the last time I played this, I think I ended up taking Mox Amber out of the deck by the end of the video, but here in this version, it's certainly a very strong thing to have. A lot more mana dorks than the last version I had, and a lot more lands. I think like 5 to 7 more lands than the last one I had. Still running the Book of Exalted Deeds because this is a legendary. I'm not running Hour of Promise, which makes getting Faceless Haven more difficult. Maybe I should actually. It can take out something else. I kind of like that. I'm not super big on Lyra. It doesn't... Like, if I'm relying on Lyra to defend myself, I feel like I'm not going to win that game. And if I need it to kill Planeswalkers, I feel like it's a little too slow to do that. So it's just wonky. It's good against aggro decks, I guess. But the only way to, like, reliably get it is if you, like, Captain Sisay. I don't know. Definitely on the chopping block, though. What else would I take out? I guess the second Crater Hoof isn't super important. The Forerunners, which is here somewhere. Oh, this card's up here now. Oh. It's just another Crater Hoof. It's not a legendary, so I can't tutor it. So I kind of just had another copy of it, essentially, in my deck. I guess that could go for Hour of Promise, though. Just the ability to try to get that combo with Faceless Haven, Book of Exalted Deeds, excuse me, is pretty strong. We have protection spells to keep Sisay alive. I might even want Teferi's protection. Sure, let's do that too. I always do this, talking about a deck, and then I'm like, oh wait, we should run this card. What should we take out? I still like Memorial. I like all the big stuff. Lyra's definitely on the chopping block. Urza's Ruinous Blast is my only sweeper, and in this format, it's not very strong. It doesn't kill like your opponent's commander, but it keeps most of your board alive outside of your mana dorks and stuff. So I don't know. It's a legendary. You can tutor for it. It's hard to say no to a sweeper that you can literally tutor for. It would be weird to not run Cultivate, but we are running a ton of mana dorks. Could even drop Simulacrum. I can't tutor for it. It's nice value, but there's certainly stronger things to do, right? This isn't necessary. Alright, let's drop that. So yeah, let's see how we do. Like and subscribe, and let's play Magic the Gathering with a deck. I'm not super 100% certain on what Paradox Engine Captain Sisay decks run. I'm sure there's like cards I'm not thinking of, but I just haven't looked up a list. I like to kind of start on my own. And from what I've seen, obviously, that's how I know the deck exists. Yeah, this is fine. What are we up against? Oh, great. Oh, boy. Ooh. Oh, no. And it has the best opener possible. Great. On the play with Llanowar Elves makes this very difficult. They didn't have a white source turn 2, but that doesn't slow them down too much here. We're probably not going to have our commander, like, sit in play ever, unfortunately. Wait, what? Alright, if this is the Voltron version, then I guess I have a chance. Again, my Ruinous Blast doesn't kill their commander. Gideon can kind of prevent it from ever hurting me. Oh, look, it's the thing that I was talking about. Is it still a legendary? Yep. I guess they can't swing, but I don't think they care. I certainly wouldn't. Alright, let's draw a card. Not what I was really looking for. Alright. Do I have any way to get this off Captain Sisay? I don't think so. In your combat, choose one. Okay. I haven't seen that before. Alright, we can plus on their commander, but that, again, doesn't do much. I'd rather just 0. Maybe this is difficult for them to deal with. Well, we certainly would have won if it wasn't for that enchantment, but it is there. How do we get out of this? I'm just drawing one card a turn at this point now, too. I'm not, like, doing much. Oh, man. There goes Gideon. This is bad. This is real bad. Okay. I can sweep, well, not really. I kill all my mana dorks. I don't feel like that's a good idea. Non-land permanents, so... Oh, wait a minute. Non-land permanents. I gotta read my cards better, huh? I actually have an answer to this. This is a non-land permanent. Alright, well, I wasted... I mean, I literally would have just done it and then been fine, but now I can't because they have a card I have no answer to, so... Yeah, if I paid attention, I thought this was just creatures. I don't think I've ever actually cast that card before. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, if I cast that last turn, I float a bunch of mana from my mana dorks because they're all going to die. And then I Captain Sisay and do stuff, maybe. Actually, well, positively, because I have a ton of mana. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. That cost me the game. I might have won if I read my cards. Well, that's embarrassing. Alright, mulligan. Sometimes you just gotta take a loss. That's all. Yeah, I've never cast that card. Alright. Now we know. Well, that would have been good last turn. Let's play a mana source that doesn't die to Lightning Bolt. Or Swords of Plowshares. Or a bounce spell. I kind of want to Cultivate. There's a lot of counter spells in this game. So we're going to Cultivate. I could have played, actually, Gilded Goose if I waited to play my land first. So, mistake number 2. And we're only 10 minutes in. Not super important, though. Right? It's not, like, the most important thing I have that happen. Of all these things, the one I don't care to have countered the most would be this one. I mean, Feel of the Dead doesn't even exist. Wow, they have no counter spells? Alright, so we get Faceless Haven, and I kind of want to get Arc so I can start drawing cards eventually. I don't really need color fixing. Alright, opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. Kind of weird. 3 blue sources, untapped, didn't do anything for 3 turns, and had no counter spells in their hand at all. No Tails End, no Wash Away, no army of 3 mana counter spells. Also, I'm going to take out Field of Ruin because I always just default to putting it in my deck, but I keep forgetting that Field of the Dead is broken and gone forever. So we're going to drop Field of Ruin. Any other weird value land? I always just start off with putting all these weird value colorless lands in here and then come to the conclusion that I'm not big on most of them. Like, do we have a lot of planeswalkers to proliferate? Not really. And the ones we do have don't care to, like, race to their ultimate. I do like Barcy Ket, or whatever his name is. Is it Barcy? Whoops. Apparently I don't own him. Really? How do you spell his... It's that white planeswalker. This guy. No, it was Barcy Ket. I'm surprised I remembered that. His ultimate is very, very good, and it's fast to happen. The +1 doesn't... who cares? But the -6 is great. He comes in early, too. I kind of want to try him. This is a weird deck to put him in there, but it's kind of like a clock that threatens your opponent, because it is very good. It's a very good ultimate. But I don't own him, and I don't want to craft him, so I'm not gonna bother with that. But certainly something to think about if you own it. I do like it. So we're gonna drop that as well, because there's not much to proliferate. I guess for now Blast Zone can stay. And we can just add one of each basic here. Yeah, just like that. Just take out some of these colorless sources. I don't believe there's a legendary land that Sisay can get. Not yet, at least. And if there is one and I'm not thinking about it, then it probably isn't worth getting. You know, there's no, like, Caracas. Well, that would be insane. Imagine Caracas was in this, and Golos could keep bouncing Caracas. Could you imagine? He could keep bouncing himself and then replaying himself. I mean, he already does that when he dies, but if you could just keep doing it for 5 minutes, it's even better, right? Golos just getting Caracas every game would be the most broken thing of all time. Alright, we like this, though. We have a removal spell for Golos, eventually, sort of, and 2 mana dorks. I think you need at least 1 to start going crazy with Paradox Engine, because the first one gets a Mox Amber, and then the next one gets... Actually, I don't know. We'll find out. Why is that blinking? Stop blinking. Go away. Oops. I gotta stop elbowing my desk. My desk is actually a one of those like plastic fold-out tables. It's not like an actual computer desk. It's just a giant fold-out table. It's black though. It's not like the usual white ones. I have like a little thing under one of the legs of my monitor, because otherwise it's not even on this weird fold-out table. Alright, doesn't look like our opponent is here. Which is weird, because the queue time was like 5 seconds. So they hit Q, and then they like went AFK instantly. Unless I lost internet. I did not. People like... yeah, it's like you queue, and then you Alt-tab, and then you forget you queued, maybe? I don't get how it works. Maybe their queue time was longer than mine? Though I kind of doubt that. I guess if you're not from Recico, I don't know. If you're like... If you live somewhere in the world where you're not near one of the servers or something, maybe it's slower to find people. Vivian's eyes are super green. It's almost kind of creepy. She almost looks undead. I think they're like deliberately glowing too. It's not just the art. I don't see myself ever changing from the Wanderer. I used to, or the Traveler, whatever. I used to play as Karn for the longest time. Back in my younger days when I was grinding mythic rank on standard like a sadist. Masochist rather. Alright, Pona's not here. I won't count that as a win though. If they deliberately scooped when they saw my commander, then I would, but if they're just not here, then that doesn't count. I mean, it counts for the game though, but man, I'm bummed I messed up that Silas play. So I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4 floating, 5, not floating because I spend it on the I tap my creatures to pay for the sweeper, and then I don't think I had enough mana to do anything crazy, but if I could have gotten God Pharaoh statue in play, it would have been probably would have no, because I wouldn't want to. I don't know. I have to go back and look. None of it matters anyways because I just didn't realize I was able to get out of that. Let's see here. We have 2 protection spells. I don't know. I guess. Playing Captain Sisay when you have 4 mana is not great when you're trying to protect her for like the turn you play her and you don't have mana to do that. It's kind of weird. Like if I go for her next turn, I can't defend her at the same time. Which makes me want to wait. But I don't have a land, so maybe I'm just not waiting. I could just do this instead. Look for a land later. It's not like Captain Sisay's going anywhere. Cultivate? No, that's not Cultivate. That is the wrong... Lamont, please, please. I scryed instead of drew. I'm not good at Magic, dude. I'm not... please don't watch me. Just don't watch me play this game. I don't know what I'm doing. That is the 3rd blunder in, what, less than 50... Oh, no, it's been more than 15 minutes. Alright, well, it looked like it paid off because, as I said, they're going to have a bajillion nonsensical stuff for me to protect my commander with. From, rather. Alright, so now we do this. We have 5 mana, but I think the first thing I'm going to get is... I mean, protection from black is cool, but I don't have the mana. I guess Celestius, right? This is a free version of it, right, if I went for this right now. But no, we're going to just lead with this, I think. Seems fine. And then pass? Yeah, we're going to pass. We have 3 mana, so we can protect this and actually draw a card for once. Simulacrum. Alright, that's cool. So the only way they could kill this is Fatal Push this turn, but nothing... They don't have Revolt, so they can't really do that. Looks like they have a castable card, though. On 1 black? Was it Dark Ritual? Filter land? I don't know. Okay. So we drew lands. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I can get Paradox Engine and untap some of my mana right now, but I'd have to like burn a random spell to do so. I think Shalai is just better. If you couldn't tell, I like to play Captain Sisay in a highly conservative fashion. And we will pass again. If their next turn is just a 6-mana Planeswalker, I think we're happy. Oh, it looks like it's a sacrifice draw. Yes, it is. That's different. Certainly different. Makes me think they're more of a token deck. Now, Garruk's tokens, you do kind of want to kill them, right? Because you get the ultimate pretty quickly. But we're not really trying to play to the board and, like, win with damage. It's usually just, like, a massive... Like, I don't consider Craterhoof behemoth winning with damage. It's more just play a bunch of creatures, and then if you have 5 more creatures, you win the game. Because it's an astronomical amount of damage that your opponent can't really defend themselves. Alright, this does not give protection. So I guess we're losing this now. They have nothing in their graveyard to cheese out right now, though. Maybe I'm playing this a little too slow, but I don't think so. Take action. We still have ways to protect this again, right? It's not the end of the world. I'm certainly going to do that. Hopefully their only play is Garruk. Vraska. Alright, so what is that going to do? It's going to try to kill my commander, and I'm going to do this. And that's a land. Yep. Alright, so they're ramping for days here, but I think we're good. Well, not necessarily. Alright, so we do this. I can get... This gives me... No, because Vraska can blow this up now, actually. So that's not even that great. Get Paradox Engine. Let's see. Tap this. Doesn't matter. Play this. And then cast Regrowth on a protection spell? Does it matter which one? Not really. This one lets me scry, I guess. And then we get Mox Amber. What happens if I do this? It just... Okay. Wait, I don't actually want to tap the land yet. I don't see a reason to. I might end up needing it. So we do this, and then we have 3 mana, basically. I can get Book, but I don't have Faceless. I almost do with Hour of Promise, but... I don't have a super strong play right now, honestly. I think I'm just going to do this. Tap this for white. White, and tap the land. And then I can do this again. Yeah, I kind of need another mana dork or something, and I don't have one. Toski's alright. I can play it right now. There's like no answer in their deck to it. But they have a 2/2 sitting in play, so it's not like I can swing through. This doesn't feel that strong right now. Honestly, I don't really have much to do. Yikes. Could just get Ulamog to my hand, but I don't feel like that's particularly strong. Alright, I'll just get Toski. Oh no, wait, I'm 1 mana off, so I guess I'll just run this out. And then I can play this here. And pass. Try to end step something spicy. I can protect Sisay again, but they know about it this time, so it's probably less likely to work. Or they just won't try to kill her. I cannot give protection from colorless. And they take out my engine. Okay. So I can get my own 5, 6, 7, 8... Yeah. Okay. Seems fine. Opponent's counting my mana. That's adorable. Alright, so we put that back there. We have our own Ulamog now. Oh, no we don't, because they can blow up my mana rock. Is this a legendary? It is. Alright, so Mox Amber still works. I feel like I messed this up somewhere. Again, which doesn't surprise me. Could have grabbed a Johnny. Yeah, Johnny would have worked. And guaranteed me to be able to kill this, because now I can't kill it. Okay, that's a weird card to see. Yeah, now I just can't. What I could do is try to cheese out the Faceless Haven and win that way now. I think that's the only avenue to victory at this point. So we can just plus on this. Hour of Promise. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't have enough mana. There's nowhere near enough mana to actually Faceless Haven and Book of Exalted Deeds in the same turn sequence. Nowhere near enough. Alright, so... yeah, Wanderer would have done it too, actually. I have it in hand, too. Why am I not paying attention right now? Where is my head? I'm so fixated on one thing. I swear, I'm a mythic player. I swear. Believe me. Alright, so we play these. I mean, it's too late now. I actually can't cast it. So yeah, no, you're right. That was mistake number 46 in the first 20 minutes. My god, I might have to remake this video. This is horrible. But again, it's not... like, if I don't have a graveyard or a library, it doesn't really matter. No library, no graveyard. As long as I can't lose the game... I'm curious if they have a way to blow up a land. If they do, then all is for naught. All is for nothing. Yep, we don't care, we don't care. We're just trying to cheat this. See if our opponent can beat it. If they don't scoop, I suppose that means they can in fact beat it. Do I do this first, though, to get rid of Ulamog? Maybe. This is a tough thing to deal with in itself, so I guess we can do that first. Because it's not like the book thing is going anywhere. Especially when I have Ulamog sitting there. Like, if they don't answer this, then they just die no matter what I do. So I guess this line isn't terrible. Like, it wound up working out that I did this. Opponent kills my mana dork. Why would they do that? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay. Sure. Uh-huh. That seems like one of the strangest things to copy, but okay. They also let me have this white mana still. They haven't moved phases. So if they go to kill Ulamog right now with like Vraska's Contempt, like exile it, I still have the white mana. That is strange. That makes me think their hand is not very strong. Okay, so they have Journey, which can pick up not Ulamog, so it doesn't really matter. They found an answer to the Book of Exalted Deeds, so we're off that plant. Never mind, they don't want to do it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Opponent's doing a whole lot of stuff, but none of it is killing Ulamog. Alright, they're actually tapped out. That's crazy. Shoot. Alright, so we're gonna swing. I don't really care if they... which one? I guess we're gonna attack Vraska. They're probably gonna block, but, you know. They could just reanimate Simulacrum, so it's, like, kind of free to just block. And they also draw a card. What did we exile here? Anything of note? Kogla, I guess, but not really. Extinction Event, that was an answer to Ulamog. Yep. Alright, so this is kind of turning back around here. So we're going to activate Faceless Haven. We're going to put a thing on it. We're going to, for the rest of our lives, leave up God's willing, I suppose. No, we're going to tap you, you, and you. And pass. Alright, so we have the thing there. Really, they were running Field of Ruin, huh? They were, wow. That's kind of crazy. Okay, no Casualties of War exiled. I don't think they have one in hand. I feel like they would have smacked it off last... No, I mean, they didn't have any targets last turn. And it's not like it matters when you Casualties of War. Okay. Wait, what? I don't know what to say. I literally, like, if this is the first thing you've ever watched of me, my first video, you would think I've never played Magic before. I have not paid attention to a single thing that I've like commentated on, which is insane. All right, so it looks like all their answers are gone. The two things that primarily blow up lands are out of the way. Field of Ruin's strange to see. But again, I think most people just still have it in their deck and don't think about it. Because it's like, oh, I'm playing Garruk. And you just have it in your deck. But, you know, now there's not much of a reason to run it anymore. Our life total can go under 0 now because we have this. None of this answers Ulamog. I guess I'll keep attacking... Again, Vraska's ultimate can't kill us either because we just literally cannot lose the game. Trophy, you think? Ghost Quarter? Nah, dude. Nah. Don't give them the outs. Let's see. What did we exile? We got something to eat to extinction. Did they double block it? It's indestructible. That was a little bit strange. I guess it puts loyalty on your... Yeah, that makes sense. Just more things to die. Trigger your reclamation. That's fine. So yeah, what else did we get? We got this exile, that exile. This exile. Onyx is out of the way. Citadel didn't really matter. I can blast away. This would live. That would live. That would live. I don't really... Until they have a permanent in play that is an actual issue for me, I don't really care. Like, I just don't care about all of this. They can draw all the cards they want and do all the stuff they want. Until they have a permanent in play that actually causes a problem for me, I don't care. Exiling these doesn't matter anymore. They only have, what, 5 cards in their library? So this wouldn't matter. Okay. That buys them turns, so I'm going to try to prevent this. Because there's something... They could potentially do something with these 5 turns. Oh, they copied it. Okay. Alright. I couldn't blow this up. It's a legendary anyways. Alright, so they actually had the last... They have a lot of exile effects, actually. So they have found a way to continuously have these. There's also a benefit of not blowing these up. Because... I want them to draw cards. Yep. They're going to look at the last 5 cards this way. See if they have an answer. Can I deck them out? Alright, we won. Yeah, because they had no answer to the Faithless Haven. That was crazy, actually. We exiled so many, and they still had one. They had 1... 2, 3... Oh, wait. Excuse me. 2, 3. I mixed up these two. 3. Sort of 4? I mean, sacrifice would work if it's a melee creature. 5.5. So they had, like, 5 solid answers to exile. But yeah, if I cast this last turn, this would die. They would draw 2 cards off of... No, I don't think they would, actually, because these leave the battlefield. No, they still draw. I'm pretty sure they still draw. Those would go, these would go. This doesn't matter. We can't take these out. This wouldn't die. These would stay alive. Yeah, this wasn't very strong right there. And this had an okay target, I guess. But yeah, my hand wasn't very good. I'm surprised I won that. I can't believe I won that actually. Wow. We just cheesed him out with the Faceless Haven. Yeah, exiled. Yeah, right. So that actually doesn't trigger the death. Gotcha. But again, I think we want them to draw those last 5 cards as quickly as possible to close the game out. But it looks like they just didn't have another answer. They had 2 land destruction spells. We didn't see Assassin's Trophy anywhere in the list, actually. Wasn't in hand, we didn't exile it, and it probably wasn't one of the last cards, because they looked at the last cards. This Ruinous Blast has been in my hand a lot, which is funny. One game it was good to cast, and I didn't. The other it wasn't great to cast, and I almost did. Alright, we're against Scythus again. Which one? I guess this one? Yeah, this one. This one's harder to deal with. Okay, so they have their best mana dork. I don't have a protection spell, but I guess if I just do this, it means they're dealing with that instead of casting Scythus. And it's not like I can't cast it again. Oh, I guess they could do both. Oh, it's the all-in thing again. Alright, that's fine. We can actually kill her immediately here, which is... Oh, hey, we drew Mox. Yeah, we can actually just get the Wanderer and exile this right now. God, I love the Wanderer. That is pretty huge. I can hold Mox for when I go to cast Paradox Engine. But no, with the mana, I can actually play a Mana Dork right now, which is pretty big, so we're just going to do that. It also plays as a blocker, but I doubt I'm going to block to defend the Wanderer. That seems crazy. Alright, cool. We pretty much win next turn. So next turn we untap. If we don't draw land, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get Engine. Tap 1, 2, cast. Engine. I'm floating 2 mana. You know what? I don't think we had it next turn. We didn't have enough. I couldn't even cast the Celestius with the 2 mana. If I drew a land, I could cast Celestius. And then I'd have 3 mana every time I do something, which still doesn't necessarily win me the game. Are there cheaper legendaries to tutor, so it's not just... Am I really going to play Legion's Landing? It nets me mana, which is the important part. I can drop Lyra for a cheap legendary. I like Daxos more than I like Legion's Landing, I think. I guess Slayer's Bounty is just free, right? Like, might as well. Same with that key. Maybe the key should be in here. It's not a legendary though. The one where you draft, my favorite card of all time now. I don't know if it belongs in here because we're not really trying to approach the second sun. Like, what else can we draft? A sweeper, an extra turn, a counterspell, a tutor, a doomblade. It's not bad. Like, every card is decent. It's just not a legendary, so it's hard to get it. I might... No. Drop the Elder, maybe. It's the only 3 mana dork, really. I mean, this one draws a card, right? Alright, we're gonna try the key. Yeah, let's treat that. Let's do that. Alright, so we got a cheap legendary. It lets us just kind of net mana. which is kind of the important part when you're trying to do this loop. If you play through 3 of your turns without seeing the timer, you get another hourglass thing. I didn't know that. Oh, it's Scythus again. This might actually be the same player. Pretty sure they had that avatar. I don't remember the name, though. Of course I don't remember the name. Why would I? Alright, so Return to Nature is decent. We have a mana dork, and I guess we got the key this time, so that's cool. Alright. It is a mana rock, too, right? It's not, like, it's not bad. It is a mana rock. Do we want another land? Kind of. But I feel like we're going to get one eventually. So I'll just put that one at the bottom. Look, we got one. Alright, so no 2 mana play unless I really want to kill my opponent's commander, which I suppose I kind of do. Want to instantly do that? So we're going to do that. Seems really good. Just blow them out for like 2 turns. I feel like that buys me a ridiculous amount of time. So I don't think we're going for Sisay next turn, even if I... Well, maybe, I don't know. We drew Slayer's Bounty, that's funny. Okay. Alright. So we can... Actually, we can play Sisay, and if they want to go for their commander next turn, they can't answer Sisay. It's kind of... feels like a win-win. So we're going to do that. Play that. Pass. They're holding priority because they can sacrifice to draw a card whenever. I just want to do it now. There's no reason not to just wait. You can literally just wait till you untap. This costs 0 mana. If they answer Sisay, that means they're not answering Key to Archive with a O-Ring effect. So definitely a 4 mana play here, or double 2 mana play. Okay. So they're letting me untap with Sisay. They've assessed that it is a risk they're willing to take. Or they just don't have an answer, which is also completely possible. Alright, so this is much like the Barcy Ket Ultimate, except these have lifelink. I just think that the ultimate on these is just really strong. Alright, so we can get Paradox Engine, play it, tap 2. We actually have something to do here because we have a 1 mana card, so we can actually do some weird stuff. So let's do some weird stuff. Wait, we have to tap this though. I want white floating. Yes. Play Bounty. Look at your parts of your hand, potentially. They scooped again. Alright, cool. So we had this. I tap this. I get Mox Amber. I have 2 mana. I then tutor for... There's no legendary instant 2 mana generating thing. I could play this to untap my lands anyways, tutor again. Yeah, I don't think I just won on the spot there, but I certainly was in a better spot than I was a second ago. We pulled very far ahead. Still feels like this isn't necessarily a combo deck, it's more just insane amounts of value all at the same time. And I'm just struggle bussing with the lions for some reason. This deck is defeating me. It's... okay. Alright. Alright. Everyone wants to play the best deck. Although I think Keenan is actually better than this one. If I had, like... I put Scythus as probably the 3rd best, behind Keenan and Brawl. I think Scythus is the best. Like, if you like green and white, then you just play this one. If you don't like the blue and green and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just having one of those days, dude. I don't know. I woke up. You know what it is? I think it's just too much Halo. I've been playing so much Halo Infinite, and that's probably just... just destroying my soul. I don't want to play this until I have Paradox Engine, because until then it's not really doing anything, like, at all. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing we did last time, try to, except we're on the draw this time, try to just get rid of Scythus for a while. Okay, get a 2/2. They had no land, so this was actually quite massive for us. Quite, how they say, dummy thick. No land, no land, no land. Ayy. Alright, so they're going to sauce us with this creature for a while. We're going to protect Sisay with this skin for you. Yes. Didn't draw land. They drew a land. Do it. Do it. Yeah. What does that do? Nothing. There's a whole lot of nothing. A magic card described as dummy thick, yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way. Let me tell you. Alright, so we're gonna get Mox Amber. Because I just need mana right now. And I don't... Let's see if I have to play it. I might not have to play it this turn cycle. So I can play this. Can play this. And I have 2 mana up. So no, I still need Teferi's Protection to work. So I need Mox Amber. Just to defend my goodies for one more turn cycle. And then here it's very difficult to lose because we have 5. No, we have... we will have 5 sources that untap every time, but hey, we didn't need to. Alright, so we didn't need to actually cast that. So we get Paradox Engine. And we're going to get a lot of value here, but it, again, we're not like winning the game every time we do this. Yeah. People just don't want to keep playing because it feels like a combo. You amass an insane amount of value, but at the end of this like chain of putting a bunch of stuff in play, I still pass the turn. You know, like if they have a board wipe, it all goes to the wayside. I mean, I have Teferi's Protection, so, you know, there's that, but... It is interesting how many people do scoop to this, because I don't feel like I would scoop to it. The one time I did play against... It's Scythus again, oh my god. The one time I did play against it, I didn't scoop, and if I did top deck a sweeper, I actually was right back in it, but I just didn't have an answer to the board. Okay, so they're on the play again. We have a Swords. Apparently killing Scythus super early always works, so we're just going to do it again, I guess. We should have Wilt in this deck too, probably. I'm not sure if it is in the deck, but it certainly should be. Maybe instead of Vivian Reed, I'm not super huge on her. She's just a legendary. Alright, so we turn 1 Swords to Plowshaws. I don't think I've ever turned 1 Swords before. That was weird. Yeah. We have no mana rock, though, so we're going to be kind of slow. We're on the draw with no ramp. Artifacts, enchantments cost 1 less for you. That's fine. Sure. I don't have a second answer to Scythus, so I didn't really get much done here. Oh, and they actually made it cost 1 less, so they could still immediately get value off of it. You know, I don't really mind playing against Scythus, honestly. I don't mind it. I like it more than Keenan and Brawl. Now, I like counterspell decks, too. Like, it's not... It's just that, it feels more back and forth with this, whereas Keenan and Brawl, it's like, well, you just lose. But this one, it's like impossible to die against aggro. Like, this is the deck that kind of makes it so aggro just doesn't exist in the format, because you gain so much life. And you have, like, a kind of sticky board, kind of irritating board, a bunch of O-rings that may be good. Not necessarily the strongest thing against aggro, but... Still pretty solid. Alright, so they had no O-ring effect or anything like that. So I actually get to untap. So Vivian actually just blows this up, which is hilarious, but then she just dies. I can get the Celestius. I can get Paradox Engine. It's not bad right now. Just put it in play? No, because then if they have an O-ring, it just goes bye-bye car. I could get Shalai. Shalai feels good. Giving my stuff a layer of protection seems nice. So we'll do that and pass. We have Snakeskin Veil up still. This is only creatures, right? Yep, so my Mox Amber is still vulnerable. Sure, opponent's getting some mana. It's not an enchantment. Still draws cards, though. Yasharn's a weird one. I don't think I'm running Yasharn. Very weird. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, if 4 mana get 2 lands in your hand, it is a legendary, right? I can't go get it, but I think Cultivate's just better, and I don't see myself ever going for this card in particular to, like, cast. Okay, so we can get the Celestius now, or do we get Paradox Engine? 5. No, we want the Celestius. Wait a minute. Let's actually think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I can't do anything if I go for Paradox Engine, so we're just going to double up on some mana rings here. Mana rocks, rather. They're not both. Oh, I guess technically, is this a ring? Sort of? I don't know. Pass. If we're not threatening a combo or hyper value, maybe our opponent doesn't really even care what I'm doing. Because me getting mana rocks seems pretty innocent. Okay. This feels like it's the Voltron version. All these discounts on their enchantments. And they just have like a weird draw. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, this does seem like a weird draw. Maybe it's just a... I really don't know what's going on over here. Strange, usually don't need the discount cards. Not typically when you're playing this commander. Alright, so we can get the Paradox Engine now. And we get 3 mana every time we do something, which feels nice. Blah. 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 Play this. Play the Wanderer. Again, my opponent scooped, but I wasn't actually going to win the game. I was going to pull out every, like, legendary that cost 3 mana. And that was it. I wasn't actually going to win the game there. Now, they're way behind, I guess. They don't have much going on, it seems. But, again, we're not just winning the game. But I guess if people just scoop to it, then, you know, fine. You don't even have to... Shoot, you don't even have to run any, like, untapped cheap cards if your opponent just scoops to the Paradox Engine. You can just cast it and people scoop. I saw that in some video. I don't know. I think it was a tournament. They took out their win condition to make their deck stronger, like, defensive-wise. And they're like, alright, I'm going to cast the first part of the combo. And the person just scooped. I was like, oh, wow, he didn't even run the other combo piece. So his deck was actually stronger, like, defensive-wise and time-buying-wise. Because he just didn't run the other piece. Alright, is there anything... Let's see, I'm trying to think. In that scenario, that exact situation, we had 3 mana untapping with actually exactly these 3 cards. No, I lied. Mox Amber in 2 of these. So we had 1, 2, 3. We could tutor... We had this... Yeah, I think it was LSV. LSV when he was doing something. Like Dragonstorm or something. He took out all the dragons. And the opponent scooped. Oh, that was great. That was a long time ago. What would we have done in that exact... So we would have gotten Gideon, Reidane, book, and that is it. And then the last tap would have gotten something we couldn't cast. I feel like that was all we were doing there, though, right? I'm trying to think, because we didn't have anything from hand to really benefit from. You forgot to put it back in the deck? That's funny. Well, it worked out, because I'm pretty sure we won that game, or at least the game I'm thinking of. Someone just like psyched out their opponent, made him scoop. But if it wasn't deliberate, that's hilarious. That's even better. I bet he, like, his heart sank into his chest too, and he's like, "Oh God!" His opponent scooped. He's like, "Yes." Yeah, like in that scenario, I'm just trying to think. We didn't have much, and it does benefit to have cheap legendaries, so we can net mana as we go. We don't have that factor in play, but I don't want to play like totally dead cards just to do that, though. This isn't like a dead card. It's very slow. It's very slow, but it is a cheap legendary that I can get. And the reason this is nice is because, I mean, it's something you can immediately untap your stuff with the engine. And it's also something that nets you mana when you have engine in play, because you tap multiple mana sources, untap them, and you go up mana when you cast this, which means we can cast things that cost more. What about this? Is that colorless creature a legendary as well? What's it called? That X spell? Because an X spell would be nice, because I can, for 0 mana, get a legendary, and then it's not just Mox. No, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah. I don't even remember. Stone Coil Serpent, I think is the name of it. What about this? This isn't terrible. Opponents losing Hexproof Indestructible isn't super relevant, though. And the lifelink doesn't... Yeah, I don't know. I really just don't want to put legendaries in my deck that just untap my stuff. I kind of want them to actually do something. But we're going to drop Vivian Reed here. What about you? No. There's actually not a lot of legendaries to choose from. This isn't totally dead. It does cost 6 mana to do. But there's something there, I suppose. But I think I would get Legion's Landing first. Get Zamaro. We've come so far since this card. It's cool to see it here. I think they put it in the game because there's like a dog tribal thing that they want people to try for some reason. Alright, I think just one more is fine. We don't have to go crazy on it. I don't have to go crazy. I like this deck, though. Please don't play against Scythus. Oh, we didn't put Wilton. We didn't put... We'll think about Wilt. We'll think about Wilt. Anything but Scythus. Literally anything at all. Okay, Emery. So it's a combo deck. I have no graveyard hate. It's kind of a combo deck. It's more... I'd say it's closer to what I'm doing, is just like insane value with Paradox Engine and not necessarily instantly winning the game. Kogla's alright. It does kill their commander and naturalize on attacks, but it's 6 mana. We have triple mana ramp spell. This hand is alright, I guess. I mean, the only way for them to deal with Sisay is countering it, so this seems like a good start. Oh, that's unfortunate. They actually get turn 2 commander. Alright. It's kind of an uphill battle. Hopefully they don't get anything spicy right now. Alright, Tails End's in the graveyard. They can just keep getting this, though. A little unfortunate. Draw. Yeah, let's do that. Get a land out of the deck. Do I want Faithless in play? I keep calling this Faithless. Faceless? Or do I want the colors? I think we want the colors. Faceless doesn't seem particularly interesting right now. But that is, this is a second avenue to get Faceless. It's not just Hour of Promise. Hour of Parmesan. Okay, they're tapped out on my Sisay turn. So does that mean they have the Froggy boy? Do I care? What am I doing anyways? Sisay doesn't even seem particularly strong right now. I don't have Llanowar. Whatever, we're just going to cast it. Llanowar would turn off, like, Emeria, and I think it's just creatures. I don't know if it's, like, artifacts. Activated abilities of creatures your opponent's control can't be activated. So Emeria wouldn't be able to do anything, but so far there's nothing in their graveyard that just wins the game out of nowhere. They're just cracking and drawing. This is like the best card to have in this spot too, which is insane. Oh, that's actually decent too. So they can start milling themselves here. Chaos Wand? What? Okay. We have ramp spells and nothing I'm super scared of seeing happen. So I guess that's fine. Stealing out of my deck, that is. They have protection spells. Swords of Plowshares is really the only spell they can get that I would say is a bit of a problem for us. Alright, we're going to lead with Mox. We're going to cast it. Opponent's holding priority because they can mill themselves. Or me, I guess. We're going to play this. We're going to play this. And then we're going to play a Mana Dork. Alright, so we have the mana to go for Paradox Engine, but it has to resolve. Which is kind of tough. But not impossible. They have Blast Zone. Okay. Well, they're tapping this now, so I feel like they have Paradox Engine in hand. I don't know what else they'd be doing. Alright, they're just going to get Paradox Engine, so I think we just lose. Yep, they do the same thing we do, except they actually draw their whole deck this way. They untap all their mana, they mill themselves, and then at the end of this, they can... what do you call it? Thassa's Oracle? Or Jace to just win the game with no deck. So it's kind of similar to us, except they actually win the game when they tap their stuff and do their thing. Certainly want Llanowar in that spot. I don't know if they're more consistent than us, because without War of Invention, they have no way to get Paradox Engine. Like, they have to mill it or draw it, which makes it arguably far less consistent. The only consistent part is you just, like, instantly win if you do have it. I'm going to read Llanowar. However you spell it, I don't know. Type the word. Type the part of the word I know. It's the angel. I'm pretty sure it's a mythic. 4 mana. I'm not seeing it. Ah, there it is. It's just creatures. So this turns off Emeria. I don't think there's a legendary graveyard hate spell. And the problem with this is it doesn't like... I'm actually gonna try it. I'm gonna craft that. I'm on that plan right now. Maybe Chroma's Memorial isn't that great. We have enough ways to sort of protect Captain Sisay, and the protection from black and red is... Protection from red is eh. Protection from black is good though. And we're not using all the combat like all the abilities your creatures gain aren't super relevant to our game plan. I don't think we've killed anyone with damage yet. Right? We decked someone out with Ulamog. Oh look, it's the mono red deck. Alright, so Magda. Very fast. I haven't played against Magda in a while actually. Okay. Probably a fair amount of burn spells, but they gotta have a dense amount of dwarves as well. We'll lead with this one, I guess. Looks like they have a burn spell in hand? Yep. So I guess Sisay ain't gonna work. Hey, it's the engine. Alright, so we're gonna play... Doesn't really matter. I don't see myself as fight as one, or really protecting Llanowar Elves for any reason. We lose in like 2 turns, so... I mean, we can reset the board. It's not like the end of the world. This feels like a very good time to just put a mana rock into play. This one actually taps for 2 mana as well. I don't really care about Llanowar. Yep, they had a shock. Look at that. Big brain. Alright, so we draft Lightning Helix? D-Spark gets the dragon. Helix kills Magda. I feel like Helix just gains me life. So we're going to try that one instead. Discarding one of these protection spells, because I don't see myself as protecting Sisay twice and having it be relevant. Now, if they have a Braid, we pretty much just lose the game. It's 5 treasures. You get a dragon. Or an artifact. Wait. Yeah. Artifact or dragon. Okay, so they did it. Okay, so what do they get? Does this have to be an instant? Sorcery or whatever? No, it doesn't. They can do it whenever they want, which is really bad. So I can cast Paradox Engine and then do nothing. I can cast Captain Sisay. But then it probably dies to a whole lot of stuff here. I feel like I'm fine just passing. No, we're gonna actually try to play Magic, not just pass the turn. But Sisay is just gonna die, probably. I can protect her once, and then she's dead. There's like one dragon that deals damage immediately. There's like Glorybringer deals it on their turn. We'll see what they get. I guess they could get an artifact. I don't know if there's any crazy busted artifact combo with Magda, so it's usually just a dragon. Oh look, it's a dragon. So when this attacks, you deal 4, 3, and 3. Okay, that doesn't kill me, and that's certainly a weaker dragon in my opinion. So I guess that's a good thing to see. Okay. Do they get a treasure token? No, they blow up my stuff. So we give her protection from red. And we don't want that. So we take, what, 11? Alright, I mean, that seemed like we shouldn't have have untapped with Sisay. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter, because I don't know what we can do. We also can't cast this, because they blew up our key. I can... No. I can get Shalai to protect Linvala again. But no, then I just die to damage. I can get the Wanderer and exile the dragon, and then I die to damage again. Oh my god. Gideon died to damage. Mox Amber putting a land in play. Damage. Damage. If I had one more mana, I could Kogla, and I wouldn't be dead on board. I think we're dead. I think what we are is dead. The book don't do much. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. That sucks. But again, I really don't... I think they should have gotten, like, Glorybringer or something. I don't know how on earth we untapped with... Well, I guess Glorybringer's the same thing, except worse. But I feel like untapping with Sisay was not... We shouldn't have been allowed to do that. No, I could have gotten D-Spark, right? I could have gotten D-Spark instead of Lightning Helix and D-Spark the dragon they got. I was just expecting a dragon that was going to have an immediate effect that killed Sisay, but they didn't get one. So they could get Drakuseth, we could D-Spark it. She doesn't have protection from red, though. They can swing. They still blow up my artifact. Yeah, that was certainly a line, though. Was it better than the one I took? I don't know. Probably, because Lightning Helix gaining 3 life wouldn't have done anything that much. Killing Magda doesn't seem particularly strong either. It's just a bad matchup, honestly. It really is. It's just really bad. But fortunately, no one plays aggro, so we don't see that too often. This is a weird looking hand. Okay. We're playing against Elves. With they're on the play with the strongest play in the game. So we're kind of on the back foot already. Why are they playing the command tower when it's a mono green deck? That's weird. Well, at least they don't have the crazy busted elf that they always have when I play against it. So we're going to get green here. Yeah. No reason to play Mox. Next turn I can play Sisay and then... Maybe I go Mana Rock, Mana Dork. Yeah. Probably did. Like most people. Just had Feel the Dead at some point. Yeah, we're gonna... Actually, you know what? You know what feels really good right now? Is if I just play this and get my sweeper next turn. A legendary sweeper. You can tutor for it. No, they don't lose this. But, we get to... I mean, if they ultimately lose Regal Force, right? They lose the Regal Force. They draw a bunch of cards, but I don't care too much. Also, there's a good chance they're going to play... they played an elf that's a legendary, so there goes that plan. I can still do it. It's not terrible, but this is, like, the best. Actually, this and the other one. These are the strongest things in the universe with their commander. Because it just, like, doubles up. This taps are 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. It has a 7 mana immediately. I can get Linvala. Is that good, though? It's activated abilities, but it's not... What does it say about mana abilities? It doesn't say any. It doesn't specify mana abilities. Do you know how this works? I feel like I should know how this works, and at some point I did. Mana is activated. It usually specifies unless it's a mana ability. It almost always does that. All right. I need to play this because I need second white. Yeah, the semicolon, the activation, and then the mana, so it's right here. But there are some cards that do say unless they're mana abilities, but this doesn't specify, which is kind of uncommon, actually. Turning off your opponent's mana is not... mana dorks is not the most common thing. Alright, so they're going to draw a bunch of cards, but that's kind of fine. Linvala shuts down the mana issue. They still have, like right now they have 3 mana, right? Or 4. Instead of, like 8 or something. Never mind. Now they have 8 mana again. Okay. So they have 4 mana? 5, 6. Okay, now they got another one, so they have basically 5. They didn't do anything with it, but they also didn't attack with it. I don't know what that means. Now, if I cast my sweeper, is that the only thing I can do, really? Kind of. I don't have much in the way of doing anything else except casting this. Losing my mana rock. But I don't have a choice. Because otherwise I'm just dead. But this just leaves infinite mana in play, though. Okay, I don't know why they just did that. Oh, right, because it still gets all the counters, right? So it doesn't actually matter. Yeah, so see, it doesn't matter. My opponent still has 19 mana next turn or something. Something stupid like that. And we actually went down a land. Okay, how am I dead? Oh, I'm dead to 2 elves. Gotcha. Yep, that's lame. I almost had him. I didn't expect to prey upon... It's usually weird to run a fight effect in elves when you don't have too many elves that get really big. So it's not really that strong. Now, their commander does grow in elf slowly. Johnny really likes to be in our hand, huh? And I never seem to cast him. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, the ultimate's just good. I just like the idea of doing this. But it probably doesn't belong in this deck the more I'm thinking about it. Like, when do I ever think about ever going for him? Maybe if he untapped a creature, but he doesn't even do that. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this. There's no ramp. We'll find it. So we get a green... Heliod. Alright, so all we have to do is beat their opening hand, because mono white doesn't actually draw cards. Oh, that would have been better last turn. We're going to play a white source, and there's a chance I cast this to protect my Llanowar Elves on attack. Right? Because, what does this do? Angels. Yeah. I also shouldn't be running this because it actually doesn't give hexproof. I probably put it in thinking it did, and it doesn't. Hey, Bread, what up? So we can threaten to just try to do this, but that doesn't seem very strong. We're just going to distract them and maybe they don't go for their commander. Or they have their commander in a Swords of Plowshares. Nope, we distracted them. They're not going for their commander. Just how we drew it up. Except we have no, like, bounce back from this. We can cast a Johnny. Seems fine. The ultimate is decent against them, but not, like, insane. Because they do kind of just have a big board. Well, maybe it is good, because a bunch of chump blockers is all you really need, unless they have a flyer. They have a 5/5 flyer. Great. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, they gain indestructible. Alright. So much for that plan. So Johnny's going to die here. I can't get any value out of him. Can recast Captain Sisay. It's really all I can do. Next turn I can Emeria's Call as well. For Angels, I don't see... That probably isn't very strong though. Is it others? No, it's literally your whole board. Okay, so when they attack, everything's indestructible. I've never seen this card in my life. Alright, fortunately we have nothing in hand. So this is nice. I'm pretty sure I can just play this as a land still, so that's kind of weird. We can get the Wanderer next turn and exile this Guardian. It does kind of stem the bleeding a little. Oh, we can kill the 1/1. It's not indestructible. Or it doesn't look like it is. Yeah. Seems fine. So we can get the Wanderer. I can get... Is this a legendary? No. This is, though, but it's not, like, the scariest thing. And then they would disturb this for a 3/3 lifelink. We lose our Llanowar Elves. I feel like sweeping the board is just really strong. Because, like I said, they don't actually amass card advantage. Right? Like it's... Like this just happens now, and this is their life. I can even regrowth this, but I don't know. Do I want to regrowth that? I feel like I'd regrowth a Johnny first. I certainly want to cast it now, because I'm probably going to use all my mana next turn. This is good to have, but in this instance, given everything, I don't think I want it. So we'll just take a Johnny, but I just want to spend the mana. They also have no way to gain life. Oh, yes, they do. Right. Yes, they do. This actually gains life. It's not a creature either, so Linvala doesn't turn off Heliod's ability. Heliod can give the token lifelink as well if they're paying attention. Looks like they're paying attention. But, like I said, they don't really draw cards. It would be a crying shame to lose at this point, but not impossible. Oh, they're putting it on the counter, really. Okay. So we have 6-7 mana. 7 mana to play with. This isn't killing anything right now. This can turn off one of their creatures, like the main one, and then still have to deal with the tokens. I can Johnny right now and exile the the creature, and they have a 2/2, but then Johnny dies. Oh, that just feels so bad. Kogla. Is Kogla just better in every way? Yep. Hello. Sorry. I think my opponent might be a little upset. No, they're just bored. Though I don't know why they're still in this game. I mean, mono white doesn't really do anything from here. Oh, they're big sad, dude. That's funny. Why did it get so bad? You're playing mono white. It's what you do. If you lose your board, you lose. You don't draw cards as mono white. I've tried to make it work plenty of times. Even regular commander. Like, you lose everything. Shoot, I could probably tutor for a random legendary and lose. I mean, they probably couldn't win, right? Like, I just tutor for a card every turn, and there's no way they come out of that. I don't even know if Heliod is my favorite mono-white commander, because you really have to think about what's the best way to kill your opponent without having the game go long enough for them to outvalue you, which is kind of the whole precedent of the format, which makes mono red far more viable as an aggressive strategy, because you can, I mean, Magda ramps alongside and tutors, and like Magda is probably just the best aggressive strategy. But if you want to play mono white, I don't know if Heliod's what I would do. Let's get a green. What up, beans? We're just saucing some salty mono-white players, I guess. I don't know why. I mean, you had it coming when you played mono-white. Alright, Yasharn makes absolutely no sense to me as a commander. It seems weird. Isn't Sisay just better? Like, you would just play Sisay in that spot, and you can always just go get Yasharn. Unless you desperately want the mana for some reason. Or the second ability that nobody pays attention to. Like, you can't pay life or sacrifice stuff. But obviously that's like black and red opponents, which we are not. Alright. Opponent basically doesn't have a commander. I guess it's a 4-4. It does hit me, but I mean, it... Okay. They also tap their mana dork? Oh, of course. Alright, so I can primal commit. No, that doesn't seem great. I have no protection. Yeah. I forgot to take out that weird combat trick that doesn't actually give hexproof too. Alright, well, they had like the best answer of all time. I can turn off their mana dork. Doesn't seem great. This puts it on top, right? Yep, so they can recast this? That doesn't seem like a good idea. I guess I can put their commander on top. So we're going to search our library, and we're going to... Oh, it has to be non-creature, though. Eh. I can force them to redo this, but no, it makes more sense to just tuck a land. And then we will get... Kogla does deal with it, but we're kind of far away from that, and it also has to actually hit them in the face. But what else am I doing? It's really the only thing that I would get anyways. Yeah, we're just going to get that. It's the only thing that I like to get here, so. And I'm not going to attack. Wait a minute, did they do this pre-combat? Could I have just blocked? Did I make a mistake there? Was that a... I think I could have just blocked it. I couldn't recast Sisay, but yeah, that seemed weird. What's the point of playing that if you're just going to give me my commander back? I am confused. I'm not going to regrowth a land. Am I going to regrowth a land, actually? No. I'm not going to regrowth the land. We're just going to do this. I mean, there's no sweepers in this deck, right? I mean, it looks like they're interested in playing to the board. Okay. I mean, if this kills me, I will be amazed if I die to their commander. We can almost just Craterhoof kill them. They did not cast a single spell. That is very weird. What does that mean? I think I'm just going to go ahead and kill their commander. Yeah. It just kind of buys me some time. I can just kill this and then they can take the time to recast it, I guess. Giant Killer? Do we have a human in play? We do. Alright. Look at that. I don't think I've ever activated Kogla before. That's hilarious. On a random Manador, too. Oh, they got it. Okay. Wait a minute. What? Alright. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on with my opponent's deck. This is just so weird. I guess I'll Linvala their Ooze? What is going on? I can't regrowth anything with Ooze in play. What else would I do? What else? I can play a Manadork to recast. If I'm doing this, that's all I'm doing. That feels really bad. But no, that's probably better than... No. We're going to do this, because I don't want Ooze to be so massive that it's a problem. This is so weird. They have sweepers in their green-white creature deck. What is happening? Okay. I might actually die, dude. This might actually kill me. This is so weird. Okay, play that. They can't activate Ooze, so I can get something out of the graveyard. I can get Primal Command. That doesn't seem great, though. I do have to chump block next turn. Can I tutor anything? Primal Command. Kind of have to regrowth now because eventually it will go away. I kind of want to put the land in my hand so I guarantee a land next turn to give me more options. And I'll just play this and pass. So I'm going to block with the... Am I chumping with the Manadork or Linvala? I don't care about Scavenging Ooze anymore. I could double block, actually. And they can choose? Okay. I'm so confused. Wait, they played a Temple, so their Scry gets messed up if they cast their commander. Okay. What does this do? It taps a creature? I mean, I couldn't block this anyways. We can Ajani exile Questing Beast. They don't have a man land that just one-shots me, so... Teferi's Protection. Alright, we're dead? Wow. That's insane. I don't know what my opponent's deck is, but... Okay. Alright. That... They had board wipes in their green-white creature deck. And it paid off with Yasharn hitting me 3 times and I died. Wow. Now there was a turn I forgot I could... They swung into their own Elkify, so I actually could have like got Sisay a turn earlier again, I think. I also could have got the Wanderer to like exile something. I could have played that differently. No, the Wanderer, it was just Ooze. It wouldn't have been able to do anything. I don't know, dude. That was... I never in a million years would have expected to lose that one. That was really weird. They played the most honest deck I've ever seen, and I just died. That's crazy. Alright, more power to them. But certainly, I don't know, Yasharn could definitely be something very similar, but also does something far more effective than just gives you lands. And fortunately, our opponent is not playing Krenko. They're actually playing Muxus in the command zone. Krenko is certainly stronger in the command zone, in my opinion. Comes out earlier and actually does something every time. This could potentially whiff, as there's only 2 goblins in the whole game that give haste. and you have to have one of them. They're on the play, though, so kind of a quantum leap in their favor. Okay, I lose my mana dork if I go to cast it. I suppose I will not. Land, please? No, no. I need a land. Opponent had no... Oh, wait, we drew a land. Alright, so we can double up on our mana dorks, which I like to do. Let's see if they kill this. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see if they kill both of them. No. Okay, well, unless it has haste. I mean, it's still good, but unless it has haste. That is not haste. Still pretty good, though. Probably might kill it, because I don't have a way to block this. This can't block right now. Cultivate a little too slow there, buddy. Casting Sisay to chump block does not get me anywhere, so I'm not going to do that. Yep, we're dead. We're dead. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Nylea's Intervention's another way to get Faceless Haven. Maybe that's not necessary. Could probably take that out. I don't know. I'm not liking it so far. I mean, I've only seen it like once, but... yeah. Might be too much on the Faceless Haven package, so I just dropped that. Same with this combat trick that doesn't do what I thought it did. I'm not going to bring in more removal, I don't think. And I don't really want more board wipes. It doesn't feel very strong. Like, I want Sisay alive. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I was trying to think what I could do to get out of that situation, but I don't really think I can. Because, I mean, aggro decks are just... You don't really have to respect them because there's not enough to really worry about it. Just make your deck stronger against literally everything else. Now, if this was ranked, I would say that's you'd have to make some hedges against it, but it is not ranked. Also, if it was ranked, it would all be Scythus, Brawl, and Keenan, so nothing would matter anyways. And maybe some aggro deck that tries to kill them all really fast. I do like Smothering Tithe, because there's times where I feel like if I had 1 or 2 more mana the turn I try to do stuff with Paradox Engine, it just feels like really good, so I'm going to try that one. Same with Curse of Silence, this seems to be pretty popular. It would have actually stopped our opponent from playing Muxus right there, which is hilarious. But other than that, it's not like the strongest card. I honestly like Esper Sentinel. It feels like it draws way more cards than this. Yeah, we're gonna... Whoops. I clicked the thing. For some reason, my game starts to lag like crazy when I play for an extended amount of time. Extended being just about 90 minutes, which is kind of weird. It is on an SSD, too, and my computer isn't weak. It is no frail computer. What else would have saved me? Yeah, nothing in particular. Yeah. Now, this doesn't... I never feel like I ever want to go for the God Pharaoh statue. That's the problem. It's just bad coding? Yeah. Hearthstone does it too. No, Hearthstone's on the hard drive, though. It's not on my SSD, but when I play Hearthstone, it, like... You open your collection, and it's like... It, like, struggle buses to open. And then you flip the page to see the next card of lists, or whatever, the page of cards, whatever you want to call it. And it, like, lags there. Magic Arena doesn't lag in-game, at least, when you're playing. Not really, at least I don't notice. I mean, we're coming from a we're coming from Magic Online, right? Where it was only like pictures and they sort of slid around a little bit. No animations there. Okay, we have a Menadork, Minorock, early sweep. We're against the. This is odd. Of all the commanders, I would not expect this one to be so popular. Okay, I mean it's better than a random hand, I guess. We're on the draw though, and we have no turn one untapped green source. Go online is a completely different game, right? Like you have an army of cards on online, Magic Online. You don't have them here, and you also have alchemy cards here. You can't play them anywhere but here. I suppose you could play Historic Brawl in Magic Online. It's not like sanctioned though, so it'd have to be like a community thing. But I mean, all the cards are there except the alchemy ones. All right, so this seems like a very good opportunity to Smothering Tithe. Opponent didn't really put that much stuff into play I'm scared of. Also, if you want to play Modern, you can't play it here. You can't play Pioneer here. Although I think Historic is just better than Pioneer. I think Historic and Pioneer are almost identical if you look at like the meta. Excuse me, at least at some point that was the case. We're not going to do anything about that. This is not a legendary. I think I'm going to pop the legendary sweeper right now here. Gets rid of a Menadork, resets the board. Oh no, but then I lose my... I lose this Smothering Tithe, dude. And I also can't cast it because I don't have a legendary. Maybe I should have swords that. Yikes. I guess it's not too late. We can still do stuff. We're just going to source this. And then we're going to play you? Yes. And there's different events too, right? Like, oh, everyone has Omniscience today. You know, everyone has whatever. I don't know. And it's free. You know, Magic Arena is free. You can play whatever you want. Whenever you want. That was not what I was expecting. My opponent's playing some weird cards, and they're working out. We lose 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Why are they playing this? These are weird cards. Are we dead? We cast this, die. I didn't expect to die from here, honestly. I did not expect to just die. Maybe turn 4 Smothering Tithe was wrong? Well, in hindsight, it was. I'm trying to think. Is there anything I can do? No, I'm just dead. Wow. Yep. Okay. Wow. I died to a 1/1 lifelink death touch turn 1. Oh my. Oh my. I don't want to end on that note. It's already been an hour and 40 minutes though. Good lord. Good lord. Lord have mercy. Besides, look at that. We also get we get cool loading screens, right? We get cool art. You like Moto because it's more of a tabletop? Yeah, certainly more of a card game than this feeling wise. I didn't want to end on Scythus. I just didn't want to end on Scythus. That's unfortunate. Alright, triple mana source. Mana rock, whatever. We're on the... Okay. If we weren't on the play, I'd probably mulligan... I don't know what I'd mulligan for, though. It's hard to beat something like this, right? This is... I don't know. Double tap land's not good, though. You're still waiting on your Final Fantasy queue? Oh, yeah, I heard it's been kind of crazy, and then people randomly disconnect, and they have to start back to square one. Kind of ridiculous, but... Yep. The only thing that could ever kill World of Warcraft is World of Warcraft itself. Although I do like the Mage Tower. The Mage Tower so far, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Alright, so casting Sisay now means they are not doing their commander next turn if they have an answer to it. And if they don't have an answer to it, we untap with Captain Sisay. Alright, no answer. Sweet. Huge. So now we can get Shalai. I can play Mindstone Foist, right? I'll do, yep. Huge. They've stopped selling the game? What do you mean? You, like, literally can't buy Final Fantasy? What? That doesn't make any sense. Never heard of that before. At that point, it feels like it would be more lucrative to actually... Oh, come on. Oh, wait, what? Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to this? God. Oh, this doesn't... Sacrifice... Exile enchanted creature? Only if you have to... Oh. I can still activate it. What? Yeah, if you're going to stop selling the game, I feel like it would make more sense to just sell premium server service? Wow, you actually can't... Wow, that's crazy. That's insane. I've never heard of anything like that. Like, guys, there's too many people. We can't keep selling the game. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Imagine, like, a Blizzard game came out and that happened. I mean, I don't know why the company matters. It's literally happening right now. That is actually wild. That's cool, though. I mean, it's a good thing that it's... You know, World of Warcraft has legit actual competition. It's not just like someone claiming that this is the next WoW killer. It's like actually happening. That's cool. I played Final Fantasy for a little bit when it was Hold on, I have to use my brain. Oh no. What am I doing? Alright, I'm just going to put Ajani in play, threaten the ultimate. I don't have double... Oh, don't have double white, dude. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game. What am I doing? Can I find it, maybe? Ugh. Alright, that was... abysmal. I said I had to use my brain, and I didn't use it. Anyways, yeah, I played Final Fantasy a little bit when it first came out, and I had like oven mitts for like gloves, and it was great. Like bask in my oven mitt gloves of casting, of +2 oven heat. At least they looked like oven mitts. Well, I have no answer to that. I did find... I mean, yeah, I played my second white source, at least. So. Jovi and I, Elder Scrolls Online, and then waiting for the... What's NA? I don't know what NA is. Does this kill them? Less floor... No, it doesn't. I have to tap my creatures. Alright, so our opponent gave us Captain Sisay 2 turns in a row. Can I do anything busted this time? Heroic Intervention lets me untap. I don't think I can do anything crazy. Let's see. Tap you, Paradox Engine. And then I can cast Gideon. Make Gideon a creature. So this actually taps for 2 mana. Oh, am I big brain right now? Tap. Whoop, wait, it doesn't... Oh, okay. Oh, it's because there's different things. So 1, 2, 3, tap this. No white mana, but we can get Mox. Oh my god, this might be the best we've ever popped off, too. White, green. So we have 6 mana. We can get Kogla at some point, but we're just going to keep doing this to amass an insane amount of mana here. We have Finale in hand. We can actually just Grand Slam our opponent. Okay, I don't care. You. I probably should have got this earlier, actually. Whoops. Forgot about that. That's fine. Instrument of the Bards. As long as we're netting mana, this just works, right? Yeah. Oh, this is great. You missed the moment? Yeah. The glory days. It depends what you're after. If you want, like, a very challenging experience, the Mage Tower that just came out is very, very, very hard. And on top of that, you have Mythic Rating too. But if you want a casual experience, there's not much casual stuff to do in WoW unless you like farming. But if you like farming, I would just say play the other MMO that just came out. What's it called? I can't think of the name of it. New World. Because it's like, hey, it's like RuneScape, except that it's over the shoulder, where I can smith and mine and fish all day. All day and night. This is great. White. I don't think we can kill them, though. Maybe, unless I can get enough mana to do both of these, which is like 28 mana or something. I shouldn't have to manually tap all this, but I kind of do, because there's certain clauses with some of these. This is opponent, so it doesn't screw me over. It turns off their mana dork, which is pretty cool. I guess I can just do this first. Sure, we'll get Kogla. We're gonna get pretty much everything, so. Black Desert. I played Black Desert a little bit when it first came out. Yeah, alright. So, value-wise, we're winning. They probably don't have a sweeper. Wait, what? I can't leave the game? The cog wheel in the corner went away? That's weird. Okay. I wonder if that counted as a loss. I wonder why it did that to me. Usually when you're making a choice in the game, like your opponent scoops or something, it'll happen. Oh, my back. Oh. Alright, I'll play one more game. I don't... Uploading 2 hours to YouTube takes millennia, so I don't want to go farther than that. But yeah, we actually did it. We popped off. We did everything we wanted to there. That was cool. But unless I was going to get exactly 28 mana, I don't think I had enough. Wait, Finale is... Does Finale give Trample? If it gives Trample, I guess I don't need Crater Hoof. I only had 2 creatures that could attack, so they'd have to be huge. No, 3, because Crater Hoof can attack. It's got haste. So we were close. We were close. We were going to fight one of their creatures, too, so it was out of the way. I don't know. We were pretty close, though. Oh, Bread Riot with the Tier 1 gift. Look at that. Thank you. I don't think I've ever had that happen. You want the extended cut? Alright, well, you subbed for it. Niv Mizzet. Alright, Niv Mizzet. Actually, I mean, I don't actually have to upload the whole thing. That would be kind of crazy anyways, so I don't think I'm going to do that. We have a land in hand, so I'll just explore. I went to make another Cody list, edit my old one, and it won't let me take out the old Epiphany, Alrund's Epiphany, for some reason. So actually, this is a really good Toski. This is an insane Toski right now. Oh no, don't tell me. No! Dude, what? Anyways, oh, now I'm just distracted, dude. Now I'm just sad. Really? Come on. What was I thinking about? What the heck was I just thinking about? I don't remember. Actually, I don't know what I was just talking about. What? Come on. Come on, dude. Really? What? Oh my god. You don't even need to cast Niv Mizzet. You just have all the cards in your hand, dude. It's done. It's over. You know? Oh yeah, I was making a new Cody list, and it won't let me take out Epiphany. Really? Distinguished? Okay, that's actually... I kind of expected a counterspell. Wait a minute. They had triple perfect answer into turn 5 Niv Mizzet. Blue, white, red, green, black. They could have literally cast Niv Mizzet on turn 5. With turn 1 Swords to Plowshares, turn 2 Kolaghan's Command, turn 3 Disdainful Stroke. That is absolutely insane. And now they can cast both of these, so any creature I play dies, and they get the Stillcaster Commander. That is absolutely insane. Alright, well I guess I'm going to just blow up this, because that means they can't do both of these in the same turn. Wow. But yeah, I can't take out the original Cody Alrund's Epiphany for some reason. I just can't physically take it out of the deck, so I have to make the deck over completely. And I'm like, alright, I'm just not doing that right now. Alright, so they really wanted Linvala off the board. I don't know why. It wasn't really doing anything. And now they have another Swords to Plowshares next turn because they can plus and then -3. Yeah, I cloned the deck and edited the actual copy paste, and it put it back in the deck. Like I opened up Notepad, exported the deck. Oh my god, they hit Uro too. My opponent literally borderline has the best possible sequence of plays. Whatever. I mean, what else am I doing? I don't even think I can win from here, actually. I just have nothing going on. I guess if I get Tamiyo off the board right now, that's fine. Trade with Tamiyo. Seems pretty solid. Knight of Autumn and Dire Strain Rampage. That was a pretty low roll there. Sisay actually isn't even doing anything right now. Even if she lived, which she doesn't. That means my opponent doesn't even have to kill Tamiyo. Though the plus isn't particularly strong. Actually, the plus is very weak. The plus is really bad, honestly. They're looking for Ashiok? I don't even know if... I mean, they're probably just naming a random card. Certainly not what I would have named, though. We drew Paradox Engine, but it dies to... Tamiyo just gives access to all these cards. You know, we're just... No. Opponent should just go buy a lottery ticket. That's insane. I mean, it happens sometimes, though. It happens. Niv Mizzet just completely destroyed my soul. Wow. Swords and Decay command. And also has counter spells too. I don't think Niv Mizzet's big on counter magic, because you can't find them with Niv Mizzet except, like... I've seen Dovin's Veto plenty of times, but I haven't seen the rest of them. It was good beats. And it's Scythus again. Oh my god. Yeah, I cloned the deck, put it in Notepad, made it clone, opened it up, and it still had Field of the Dead and Alrune's Epiphany in it. And I double-checked to make sure that's not what I exported, and then re-import it, editing the cards that I exported. I went in and found the card, took it out of the list, copied it, put it back in the game, and it still put Epiphany in there. So either I'm messed up, or the game's like, oh, this is your Cody list again. Here, we'll just, like, give you a shortcut and just put the cards back in. So I gotta make Cody from scratch again. It wouldn't be so annoying if I didn't have to look for all the lands. Alright, they're on the play. God, oh wait, no. Oh, I kinda wanted to play this. Oh well. Oh, this matchup, dude, I swear. Alright. Okay. Kind of want to just play Johnny and threaten the ultimate before I cast Captain Sisay, because Captain Sisay actually doesn't have a lot of good targets right now. Like, at all. So this seems decent enough. I feel like whatever I do is going to get O-ringed anyways. Alright, now I can't interact with them. They can just tutor for an O-ring if they ever want it. Seal away. Alright, that's fine. Kind of weird to see that, actually. I guess it's a cheap enchantment, though. Alright, well, I have nothing else to do but cast Sisay, so I guess I will do that. Sure, you just discard a land here. You're drawing 3 cards a turn. Yeah. That's exactly what they did. Alright, so we can play Sisay, and I guess that distracts from Ajani's nonsense. Oh look, it's an O-ring. What? Oh, I thought they targeted Ajani. I don't think I would have ever done that. That's whenever you gain life you put counters, right? Whenever you attack? No. Okay, that's the cleric class or whatever. Alright, so we're going to cultivate. Probably Abundant Harvest first. Yeah, this is when I get Urza's non-land. Hey, that's actually pretty good here, because I have so many lands in hand. Oh, well, I guess not anymore. I was hoping there was a land on top. Oh, I don't want that. Hey, there's a land on top, but now I can't use it. Rip. They're running Mox Amber? What? Okay. Oh, look, it's another O-ring. I'm actually just drawing a land. Esper Sentinel. Oh, I didn't expect that one. They scryed on top and then they just shuffled it away. They can always just tutor for another O-ring, and I feel like they will if they really have no answer in hand to Captain Sisay. Albeit very unlikely that is the case. But if that is the case, I could... I don't know. I mean, it's the only thing I can do, so it doesn't really matter. There's not much to talk about. This is the only thing I can do. But they've only cast 3 of their, like, 12 O-rings, and they can always just find one. So it's not like Sisay. I mean, even if Sisay untaps, like, our best bet is just them hoping we have no, like, way to come back from just a single Captain Sisay untap. Okay. We have a couple good top decks too, right? Like, oh, well, are we just dead? Does that just one-shot us? I feel like that just one-shots us. No, it doesn't. 2-shots us. Okay. So Gideon could shut that down. Pass Swords to Plowshares. I certainly cannot pay 19 mana when I cast a spell. They went face. Oh, right. No, that makes sense. Right. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to kill it. Well, it depends. If they can put more enchantments in play next turn and then one-shot me, I can see an argument to doing that. But it's not like this was doing anything. We are literally dead. Okay, cool. Well, that was a rather uninteresting game. No swords, no naturalize effect. Do we want Wilt? I keep talking about Wilt and never put it in. I think that's the first time in my life I got mana flooded. I feel like I never get mana flooded in Historic Brawl. I'm probably super like stringent on how many lands I run, and that's probably why. And if we do want Wilt, what do we take out? I suppose I could drop the 4 mana Johnny. The only reason it's in here is for that chance to get the ultimate and then close the game out by just having an army of life-linking chump blockers. But Wilt seems bitter. Even the curse seems decent. Anything to like stop Scythus specifically from coming out super early seems alright. Man, if we had Esper Sentinel to play that game. Oof. It never seems like Godfrey's statue's good. The first time I played Captain Sisay, it was like the only thing I ever got, but recently it feels like it wouldn't really do much against anyone. That being Scythus, because they can just exile it, and then you just didn't do anything. I could drop the Great Henge, as there's not a ton of creatures in our deck. Well, it's not bad. Like, you get this, right? And then all the legendaries you tutor after you get it was Sisay, now kind of draw a card. And it will cast a, like, pretty cheap, like, double green. Like that one game where I was going off like crazy. I do want Curse of Silence, though, I think. I'm good. I'm gonna shave a land, dude. I'm shaving a land. Whoops. I took out a land and then I didn't put the curse in the deck. It is weird that the game waits for the server every time you change menus. Seems weird. Ooh, whoops, I did it again. I elbowed my desk. Every time you, like, navigate the game. It's Scythes again. Oh my god. This is the first time since I started playing Historic Brawl. Well, since it came out, really, because I haven't stopped. That I've played against the same commander a ton in the same day. It's never happened before. Hopefully it's not a thing to continue to happen, because that would be unfortunate. Though I guess it's kind of good, because then you can start just making your deck very good against it. No wilt, no swords. Let's see, I can play this, but I can't play this. I think I'm just going to play Captain Sisay. I'm just going to rush this out. People have no imagination. Well, that some people just don't like to make their own deck. You know, they like don't know how to do it. They're not interested in the process. I actually seen I bumped into my own list a couple times the other day, which was kind of cool. I don't know how many people are playing Historic Brawl, because if I only get 100 views on a YouTube video, you know, what was the chances? I'm sure there's thousands of people playing this. But that was cool to see. At least I'm pretty sure it was my list. It looked identical to it, and I haven't seen anything near it since then. We didn't draw land. Yikes. I'm just going to defend Captain Sisay before we try to do anything else. Another Scythes deck with a sweeper in it. Very weird. Do we get greedy? Yep. We're gonna look for a land on top, please. Nope, of course not. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's not even a greedy play. It's probably the right one. Interesting. They didn't do anything but that. Okay. No swords to plowshares, because they would have done it before. No land again. Well, I'm going to run this out, start getting the counters on it. It might actually wind up doing something. What do they have that's instant right now that... I don't know. That was weird. Alright. I can't really regrowth anything. At least I don't want to. Yep. Lands, please. Lands. I can get a Llanowar Elves? Oh, it has to be a legendary, right? No, it doesn't. I can get Llanowar Elves and then cast it, but that's not really any different than just casting this. Because when I cast this, I can also do something else. Let's do this side. That seem particularly... I don't know. I take out one land and now I can never find one. Wizards, please. Kalani Garden? What? Did they kick that? Oh, they kicked that. Okay. Sure. Seems fine. No land. Okay. This is not good. Alright, well now I have to start defending myself. So I guess I'll plus on their commander. I can pick up Shalai for later. Pretty much have to spend my mana as it comes to me. I don't feel like I want to pick up a land there. This has vigilance, right? Yeah. Okay. We can triple block their champion. Okay. I certainly think I would triple block the champion. Opponent doesn't want me to. Land, please. Oh, thank you. Esper Sentinel, a little too late. We can try to get Faithless Haven and then Book of Exalted Deeds if we feel like we're going to run out of time to do anything else. Alright. I can't really rely on Gideon to stay alive for his emblem. Okay. What? Sure. Until... Okay. That's weird. So we can cast Shalai in Mind Stone. No, I think we lead with... I think we're just going to cast Sisay. This has reach. It does not have reach, even though his head is literally in the clouds. Alright. So I can double block. I've had Oracle Moldiah in play for 3 or 4 turns, and I've only seen 1 land on top. They haven't been interested in O-ringing anything up to this point, so probably no O-ring in hand. Just looking for stuff here. Oath of Ajani. Enders of... Okay, that's interesting. Opponent has some weird cards. We're not dead. Can I get away with not blocking with Reidane? Reidane? I think it's Reidane. I don't think so. Alright, I block here. I can't block with Sisay, so... Yeah, we have to block, which means their mana, the rest of it's unlocked because the tax is out of the way. 4, 5, 9. I can't block with Sisay, or I'm not really getting anywhere. They can deal 2 more damage. Okay, so we go to 2? But we're not dead. And we actually didn't lose our mana somehow. Alright, so we can get... We can lead with... Engine. Tap. 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 Esper Sentinel nets us 2 mana. Tap. White, green, white, and colorless. Tap you. Get Mox Amber. Alright, looks like we're doing stuff here. White. Whoop. Tap. Oh, this too. White. Oh, we might do it. Might actually win this. I think we can just sort of go off. I'm not sure what the end result of all this will be, but let's find out. So many, like, mana rocks that have options on them. It's weird. Oh, yeah, we can get Ulamog. I mean, we can get all of these cards, so I guess we'll just start doing that. I'll wait for the creatures, for the Great Henge, to actually net me card draw every time I do this. How much mana are we making? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're making 5 mana. I kind of need a creature in play to make the Great Henge cheaper, I think. So you have 7 mana if I go for this? No, I definitely need to play this before I start playing my any creature, really, to start amassing cards in hand. Double Q doesn't work when you have colossal mana rocks. Oh, it does. Okay, for some reason it wasn't doing it before. Don't mind me. Oh, let's probably do that first. How come it didn't tap my mana dork either? No, yeah, a double Q wasn't working earlier. I guess if it's working now, then I will do it. Book of Exalted Deeds. A Johnny. I don't want a Johnny to tutor for anything that I can just pull out of my deck for free, so I'm not going to do that. So we can Kogla kill... It's a 7/6. We can kill... I guess we just kill this. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. So there's only one more target, which is Ulamog, which we can exile you and you. And then from there, I'm pretty sure we can actually pick up Kogla with Captain Sisay, right? Like, we return a human you control to his owner's hand. We untap, we play this. Oh no, I guess we pick up Esper Sentinel because it costs 1 mana, right? And we're netting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're getting 7 mana every time we do something. This costs 6. This costs 1. Wait, we can't pick up Kogla, can we? No, we can't pick up Kogla. So Kogla just picking up a human and recasting the human over and over is your infinite mana. Because you generate it like this and like that, blah, blah, blah. It's a 3 mana thing to do, and you net more than 3 every time you do it. So you have infinite mana. And, okay, then you have infinite card draw. Because the Great Henge draws a card every time a creature enters the battlefield. Esper Sentinel enters, you draw a card, and blah, 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 Esper Sentinel. So that's how you draw. But how do I win the game? I draw my whole deck and I have infinite mana. I can play an... How do you actually win the game? I'm surprised we won that too, actually. That was crazy. Opponent drew so many cards and I just couldn't close it out. Is it our finale? Creatures you control gain... Oh, we found it, dude. This explanation of how the deck operates should have been in the video 2 hours ago. 2.5 hours ago. That's how it works. Alright, so I get it now. What you do is you Mox Amber, you Celestius, you Paradox Engine, you just keep finding mana dorks, you untap, you tap, you untap. Kogla picking up a cheap human. I mean, Captain Sisay would work if you had enough things to like tap and generate mana. Urza's, yeah, I could cast the Urza thing also, sleep the board, but that actually doesn't matter because if I have infinite mana, there's no way they can survive like plus 40, like what, it would be 10 creatures that are 52 trample. There's just no way they could do anything. And then if they could answer it, I could just Urza's after, but I don't know what they could do to beat that. We also have Book of Exalted Deeds in there. Like, that would happen in the same turn sequence. That's interesting. What do I... So, I don't think I like Godfrail statue. Which is unfortunate. There's so many O-Ring effects in Scythus, and then aggro decks it doesn't do anything. Control decks it's decent, but it does cost 6 mana. You kind of have to get it in play. I think I'm going to drop that. Ajani is a tutorable removal spell, same with Kagula. Maybe another protection spell? Deafening Silence, yeah. Shut off my own deck. That's funny. Selfless Savior's not bad. I could run the Knight. Dauntless Bodyguard? Yeah, Teferi's Protection's already in the deck. I got that one. I think it's called Dauntless Bodyguard. Is it a human? It is a human. So that is a way to protect Captain Sisay, but it has to come into play after Captain Sisay, where the dog doesn't. You could just put the dog in play and then it gives anything indestructible. This has to choose something. But it's a human, so it works with Kagla. If that's relevant, I don't know. Esper Sentinel and Captain Sisay herself might be good enough. That might be pushing it. Because putting the dog into play before turn, before you have 4 mana means you can tap out to caster, because then you actually have a onboard protection spell. Yeah, that's probably just better. I wonder if that makes any sense. I wonder how many Sisay decks run that dog. It feels weird, but it wouldn't surprise me. Another thing I would like is another naturalize effect, kind of. Wilt, Return to Nature, and like one more. We are green-white. I don't like the green-white Knight, though. Knight of Autumn. Fragmentize. There's not really anything that costs more than 4. Not that I can think of. If your opponent's casting things that cost more than 4, you might... Land Destruction spell? That's 4 mana? What do you mean? Moonvali Acid Moss, I think, just is a naturalized or a land destruction or something like that. That's 4 mana. It's not in the game though. Oh, someone slice and twained me. I don't think I'd use that one though. Oh, Creeping Mold. I somehow apparently have never played this card in my life. That's funny. I think One Volley Acid Moss does this, except it gives you a basic forest too at the same time. I think it might just be destroy a land. I don't think it's naturalized. Yeah, I'm sure Essica deck would have that in there. I must have overlooked it for the entirety of my playing. Is that what I want now, though? I don't think so. I want it to be cheap enough to actually kill Syphilis before she does something, which she costs 2 mana, so it has to be like 1 or 2. I like Fragmentize, actually. Could just run actual legit naturalize, but no, I don't like that. Well, it's not terrible, but I could run the two things that prevent, like elk, whatever. Loses all abilities, and then there's the white one. Loses... Like, these are pretty solid, honestly. They're, like, very, very solid. Like, it's kind of difficult for your opponent to... Especially the Scythus deck to deal with these, so... I like that. I like that. What I don't like... I like Reidane. I like the Wanderer, Shalai, Linvala, Toski. The one game he was about to do something dirty. He didn't. He got Swords of the Plowshare in a 5-color Niv-Mizzet deck. I guess a Johnny could go. It's kind of overkill. If I'm already at 6 mana and I'm tapping Captain Sisay, a Johnny's not typically what you're going after. You can drop that. I'm not a fan of Gilded Goose. Oh, whoops. But for now, Gideon could go as well. It's not like his emblem's really saving me ever. And the plus is not great. Like, his plus, you would prefer to just be him, like, it'd be a removal spell, you know? 3-mana removal. Yeah, we're going to drop that. Alright, we'll try that. Alright, I'm going to play literally one more game, and then I'm done. This deck has gone through quite a lot of changes since in the 2 hours that I've been playing. 2.5 hours. All right. Okay, I mean, fine. It's an early... Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, that's so bad. Oh. Q position 1. That's hilarious. Alright. Okay. Alright. Please don't do anything about this. Yes. Oh. Yes. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. Alright. You? I kind of want to get Faceless Haven, but that would mean I have 2 colorless cards, and that is not a good idea right now. So we're going to get that. They didn't counter that. Oh, I think we did it. I think we top-decked ourselves out of this one. Please just don't answer this for a very long time. Like a very long time. Alright, so we're going to play Mind Stone and then a Mana Dork. Oh, we could play another Mana Rock, actually. Yeah. Naming green or white. I guess white, because we have a triple white card in hand. No counter spells either. Man, that really saved me. Wow. A lot of lands. Alright, so Captain Sisay ain't doing much right now. I'm just going to play this and Reidane. Cast things in the order in which I would miss them the least if they get countered. Pact of Negation? Really? On Reidane? Okay. You're in? Nice. I know it's working, right? I can't believe it's working. The card I just put in. Alright, so they're tapped out. I guess we can... I mean, they can still have Wash Away, but we can always just recast her later if that happens. Do we regrowth anything? No, I don't think so. You got this? Use everything I taught you? Yeah. Narset, okay. Yep. Uh-huh. I don't think they have any counters in hand, so I'm not really going to respect any. But it's also not the end of the world if Paradox Engine does get countered, because our opponent's locked out of doing anything anyways. Kogla seems reckless. I could double down and get Linvala, so they have another. I have another avenue to defend myself against this nonsense. All right, makes me think they have a plan this turn cycle. Book doesn't do anything in play, so let's do this. Do I pick up anything? No. I don't think they've missed a land drop, so. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, they can Ulamog now, if it's in their deck for some reason. Alright, they're tapped out again, so Linvala gets to resolve. But they could potentially have Ulamog next turn. But they're tapped out, so I can actually just go for Paradox Engine. Yes! Oh, yes, dude. We beat the only thing in the game that contends against turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 1 Chromatic Sphere. Yeah. Also, they milled 4 lands. They got really, really flooded there. But I don't think it mattered, because until they had an answer to Emeria anyways, it didn't really matter what was going on. I don't know what their answer was, some kind of bounce spell, but nice. That is so funny that it paid off just like that, right? Like, right when we put in the lose all ability card, it actually does something like win the game. That was an emotional roller coaster. I went from very emotionally devastated to nice. That was better than Swords of Plowshares too. It was even better than the green one, because this one meant it wasn't a 3/3, so it wasn't going to keep smacking me in the face, which could have. See, I was at 25. I don't know how many turns went by before it was no longer able to continue to hit me. But that was good. All right, I'm gonna stop playing the deck now. I've played this deck quite often. It did feel like it did take this long to get a list that I did like. So if you somehow are on YouTube and you did watch this for 2.5 hours, getting through the beginning, which I was not. I don't know where my head was in the beginning. Whew. But yeah, I like this a lot. It took me 2 hours to figure out what exactly the combo was. So if you're screaming at me what it was, I apologize. I like Key to the Archive. I like the combo package thing. It does mean you're less on the toolbox value style of Sisay, so it is different enough that I would consider it a different kind of deck. Like, this is obviously way into combo. The other one is not anything like this at all. You could probably do without Toski. Doesn't seem to be that many control decks, and even if there are, this isn't really your best avenue of beating them. It is good though. I mean, it's a legendary. You can get it. It's not like a bad card, right? It's not. You're never upset when you're in a control matchup and you have it. Primal Command's good. You could run Fierce Empath, the 3-mana 1/1 that tutors a big creature. Captain Sisay already does that, but what's nice, it's another way to like get a card out of your deck and then net mana with Paradox Engine, right? You could even run maybe a blink effect, like that enchantment someone brought to my attention that I didn't know existed. Is it hand or exile? It might just... exile it and then put it, it just blinks it. I think it's an enchantment. No, I don't see it here. Exile artifact. Ah, teleportation circle. With key to the archive, you can just keep blinking your key to the archive with teleportation circle. This is pretty cool. Maybe a blink deck more into that is worthwhile, but if you like the value that this gives you, that's certainly an avenue you could take. You can even blink Kogla to fight things, Craterhoof, if you for some reason played this and didn't just win. Skyclave Apparition too, if you want to run that. That's certainly a card you could put in here. I do like it. It exiles too, so it deals with, you know, Chromatic Sphere permanently if I somehow were able to hit it. Opponent just didn't like sacrifice it. Yeah, I know it's a fun deck. I like it. I like it. You like green white, you like toolbox stuff, and you like random chance to combo off. This is certainly a way to do it. I have the Book of Exalted Deeds thing going on. You don't have to do that, but I really like it. I think it's pretty strong, especially with multiple ways to find Faceless Haven, and you can get the book part with Captain Sisay. And again, with fewer and fewer people running land destruction, or answers to Field of the Dead, I should say, it's even more viable. And I'm sure there's ways to protect the land on top of that, but I'm not thinking of any, other than like activating it, turning it into a creature, and then giving it one of the combat tricks to protect it, but that's kind of mana intensive. But if it's the only thing you're doing, right, then it's pretty good, right? You lose unless, you know, if it dies and you lose, all you got to do is protect it, then that makes sense. But all right, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know in the comments below if you somehow made it this far, and yeah, let me know what you think about the deck. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.